Something, guys. I'm not gonna sit there and say that Chrisean has a giant audience. I'm gonna sit there and say she got a lot of people that's clowning her. I would say that she got a lot of people that's looking at her downfall. But she has a lot of people, so many people that loves this child Junior. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Chrisean, how can you be mad that you got so many aunties and uncles that's willing to help you with your child, but yet you want to sit there and get angry, get mad, get frustrated, and say that people is talking about Chrisean Jr.? Is it that because you turned around and you named this child after you, so you can turn around and make it seem like people are talking about you? Cause that's what I'm like feeling. That's what I'm gathering. That's what I like been like feeling like for the last like month. Whenever like someone comes and attack me, because I be feeling like she has a PR team. She got people that's talking shit and and stuff like that. She got a lot of people that's running their gums, and I'm pretty sure some of the shit is AI. So, I just feel like, you know, um you can't get mad that people genuinely loves Junior. And that's what like our concern is. Now I can't talk about the people that's getting clout, such like you, Blueface, Carlissa, Jada, Alexa, like all of you guys that's getting clout off of Junior, that's not trying to help Junior. We're talking about genuine people that don't know you, like ain't never seen you, ain't never hung out with you. Like we basically just listening to what your sister is saying, what your mother has uttered out her mouth when she is sober. All this is for entertainment purposes only, you know. And the fact that Karan Kane is gone and Tuesday is his anniversary, and we cannot forget a man that captured our heart because he wanted to know and he was going hard to know. I saw the little stream of Blueface and his little, retarded baddies on there, and someone came into the interview and asked a question, is that your baby or is that Karan Kane, Ronnie Doe baby? And Blueface like hurried up and debunked it, but he was laughing. Now, if you were serious about Junior the way you say you are, Blueface, then don't you think that you would take it a little bit more serious instead of just having all these people disrespect Junior? Like, on their side, that's a sign of disrespect. Blueface not being a father, not even taking time, not helping her financially, you a deadbeat daddy since you're claiming Junior to be yours. You need to be in jail too, Blueface. You need to be in prison too, knowing that your child need help and that you, as the father that's claiming to be the father, that you are not doing nothing. Now I know people are gonna come in my comment and sit there and say Blueface is not the father. Duh, duh. I'm just pointing out the shit that as a pretend father, as he call himself, should be doing. But like I said, everybody want to act like a father until it's time to be a father. But y'all go ahead and look at Auntie J because, apparently, some more records been leaked and more stuff been said and more people yapping their gums and it ain't us. You know what I'm saying? We're just sitting here saying be a mother and get this baby some help because it's going to get worse before it get better. And it's just my opinion, I don't believe that Junior is in CPS. I don't believe it. I just think that's some AI shit that somebody just posted a thing because if he was really in CPS, it wasn't it'd be nothing for her to come out and say something. It'd be nothing for Blueface to come out and say something. It'd be nothing for Sean Wade to come out and say that. It's just I feel like it's all alleged. Y'all just doing that to distract us because everything at this point is a fucked up distraction.
something else before we even get into the medical records, because I gotta go into the history of the whole thing so that y'all can understand how we got here. Okay, so let's just start off this way. Okay, so the person that I saw that initially put the alleged medical records out on IG was Miss Rebel on YouTube, and it's King K's on IG, right? So at first I had been following her for a while because I used to actually look at her on YouTube. And when I was watching her at the time, there was this guy that came through. His name was Peter That Dude. Now, Peter That Dude always seemed to have some information on Chrisean that nobody else was privy to, right? And so you don't know how, if you want to believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because, a lot of people play games around here. But he had some videos of, because, he came in because he was allegedly talking to the guy who was unalived, by Ronnie and, Chrisean. So he was talking to his daughter. Okay. So he was getting a little inside information on that and talking to, she was telling him some things or whatever. He would come back. He would say little things in her and Miss Rebel's chat, right? So a couple of weeks ago, he put this video up and it blew me. I was like, whoa, is this way worse than what we thought? So y'all, I'm going to go ahead and play the video for y'all. Okay. I had to run it through the daggone, what you call it? I had to run it through, the copyright restrictions tool 2 or 3 times, y'all, before I was sure I could put this out. Okay. Because he put some music over it heavily, but y'all gotta just listen. Okay. So let's just play this video real quick.
You should have hit me back as soon as you hit this. Okay. You got my word. I'm sending the video as soon as that drop in there. I got you on what? Got the receipt too. That's what gave it to me. She evil ass bitch. She slapped the fuck out of Chrisean Jesus and put him in the closet. You should have hit me back as soon as you hit this. Okay.
So did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that person say that she smacked the F out of Chrisean Jesus and put him in the closet? Did y'all hear that? I'm not going to say who I think it is. I'm going to let y'all speculate and tell me who y'all think it is. All right? Y'all want to hear it one more time? I'll play it one more time for y'all. And for the people who always thinking, let's listen.
You should have hit me back as soon as you hit this. Okay. You got my word. I'm sending the video as soon as that drop in there. I got you on what? Got the receipt too. That's what gave it to me. She evil ass bitch. She slapped the fuck out of Chrisean Jesus and put him in the closet. You should have hit me back as soon as you hit this.
So yeah, y'all. So Peter had these receipts, okay? And the reason why, Peter had put it out there was because he wanted to know where the rest of the videos were, okay? So apparently this person had already sent him some things, okay? So this morning when I woke up, I seen this on Miss Rebel's IG page, y'all. So I'm going on over to IG. And it looks like Peter has released a medical record. And so so her name is King K's on IG. All right. And it says, hey, yo, somebody tell the Bruja, the videos out here, and to thank her family for the medical records and the video exposing what she did to the boy. She should recognize this video, and there is more. Sound off in the comments, y'all. So before we go back to the comments, let me just play this. Let me make this big for y'all. Hold on. And then let me make it a little bit bigger because let me see. Yeah. All right, y'all. So I'm not going to play the sound because he's got music. So what we're going to do is we just going to pause when we get to certain things. All right, so this says A. This is from Peter. It says, A, rat, how the F I get this video and medical records? Ask that gorilla? I don't know. Oh, he was just saying ask that. So y'all see this video. So right here, it says that this is from, it says final results. So it looks like this was some x-ray findings, right? It looked like some testing that was done. It looks like they blacked out the physician, the reading date, and the result priority. And it just says pediatric gastroenterology, and so it says MD, so that was the doctor. So it was talking about the result was released, narrative and impression, exam, XR swallowing function study with video /CINE, history, dysphagia /unspecified. And y'all, and there's some more things. I want y'all to take a screenshot for later on or whatever. Hold on, y'all. Let me get back to it. Because he was still popping it. The loudest one pretending to have your back. All right. I can't do anything about this stupid take a screenshot. Y'all take a screenshot. So y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get into these freaking comments because somebody broke the whole thing down for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read it. All right. So the caption says, hey, yo, somebody tell the Bruja the videos are out and to thank her family for the medical records and the video exposing what she did to the boy. She should recognize this video and there is more. Sound off in the comments. So somebody took the liberty of breaking the whole thing down for us, which I really appreciate. Hold on. Okay, y'all. So somebody was nice enough to actually put a full breakdown in the comment section. So I'm going to read that to y'all. So it says, big picture, what it means overall. The test shown severe difficulty with swallowing, specifically in the throat phase of swallowing. This is called severe oropharyngeal dysphagia. That's the circled line at the bottom and its main conclusion. What test was done? X-ray of swallowing function study with video /CINE. This is also called a modified barium swallow study. Your child swallowed liquids of different thicknesses. X-ray video recorded how the swallow worked. They looked to see if anything went into the airway instead of the stomach. And so then it says key findings explained in normal language. Silent aspiration. That is important. Aspiration equals liquid going into the airway /lungs instead of the esophagus. Silent equals it happens without coughing or choking. So even though it may look like swallowing is okay, liquid is slipping into the airway without obvious warning signs. It happened with thin liquids and extremely thick liquids. That tells them the swallow mechanism is not protecting the airway well. So then it said, the person broke it down. It says, number 2, severely delayed initiation of swallow. This means the brain and throat are slow to trigger the swallow. Liquid sits too long in the throat, increasing the risk of going the wrong way. It improved a bit with tactical stimulation, which is touch cues, which is useful information for therapy. Then number 3 says pharyngeal residue. This means some material stays behind in the throat after swallowing, especially with thicker textures. That leftover material can later slip into the airway. And then it says what severe oropharyngeal dysphagia actually means. Breaking down the term. Oropharyngeal equals mouth and throat. Dysphagia equals difficulty swallowing. Severe equals significant enough to be a safety concern. So, in plain terms, this is a serious swallowing coordination problem in the throat that makes swallowing unsafe without support or changes. Then it says what this does not mean. It does not automatically mean permanent. It does not mean surgery. It does not mean you did anything wrong. Many children with this diagnosis improve with speech swallow therapy, need specific textures or feeding strategies, and are closely monitored to protect their lungs. Why they say refer to speech pathologists? Because a speech and language pathologist specializes in swallowing. They will teach safer swallowing techniques recommended with textures that are safest and help strengthen and coordinate the swallow over time. In pediatric medicine, swallowing disorders in toddlers are often developmental or neurological. Many children improve significantly with time therapy and support. The fact that tactile cues help suggest the system can respond, it just needs to help learn consistency. I'm like, Lord, thank you for breaking that all down, y'all. But I'm telling y'all, this don't sound good. And Krishan needs to freaking take that baby to the doctor. If this is his stuff, if this is him, this girl, and Peter said that what the family member said that she hadn't followed up with the doctor since then. So literally, when we see this baby just laying and sitting in the crib, in the freaking stroller drinking milk, then there's a possibility and nobody's watching him that if it's unsafe for anybody to even not be around or not watching him when he's drinking. And we've seen that. If this is allegedly the case, she would just give him the bottle and he just drinking. It sounded more and more and more congested. Either way, even if, let's say, he had the cerebral palsy, same thing. Same thing. But anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Don't forget to like this video.
Also gonna say, guys, if anybody have any, knowledge of this, if this is true, any of my Baltimore natives and stuff like that, my beautiful kings and queens out there, if any of you guys know if Junior is in CPS and stuff like that, and you guys done witnesses, and we're not just hearing no he say, she say shit, and we know that Junior is actually safe, then please let us know so, we can breathe that night. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, at the end of the night, I got grandkids, and the prayers that's going out, you know what I mean? I we all done signed the petition. Everybody, it's like over 7,000. It's probably way more than that, but it's a lot of like people that hurry up and try to do little shit so we could be a distraction, like the car seat. That car seat that whoever had got Krishan is not the car seat for Junior. Is not the right car seat for Junior, okay? He needs a very special car seat because of his condition. So, and if you notice, the car seat wasn't even latched in. So, y'all just tell me what y'all think. But please, keep us updated, and I love you guys, and God bless, and happy weekend. And I am going to get some rest, and thank you for everybody that's been concerned for me and everything. And God is so good, and we can't stop and we won't stop until we get justice for Karan Kane and we get justice for Junior. And I love you guys, and God bless.